Is GBTC about to have an imminent collapse? Let's dive into it and see if we can make some sense. All right, if you take a look on Twitter, it seems like GBTC is ready to fall apart. Let's just go through some choice tweets and see if we can't figure out what the story is. Okay, so here's one from Brad Mills Scan. In 2014, when Mt. Gox was rumored to be insolvent, I trusted Roger Ver and the insiders. I bought more on Mt. Gox thinking I was getting cheap BTC at a discount. This was a YOLO bet. Horrible risk management. The same as YOLOing into GBTC now because of the discount. Okay, so here's a tweet from @Schuldensooner. I'm pretty sure I totally pronounced that incorrectly, but whatever. Grayscale refuses to share proof of reserves due to security concerns as shares of $10.5 billion Bitcoin fund trade at a 45% discount to Bitcoin. GBTC's share price has plunged 77% in 2022 compared with Bitcoin's 65% fall. Okay. All right, so here's a tweet from fellow Bitcoiner @ErgoBTC. Grayscale GBTC Trust, the largest legal holder of BTC, refuses to provide any proof of reserve. To begin a community-led effort at transparency for the GBTC holdings, we have taken steps to ID likely GBTC addresses and balances based on public info and blockchain forensics. Okay, now from Mr. Whale. This account though, Mr. Whale is a terrible fudster, so I already don't take him very seriously. But anyways, Justin, GBTC Bitcoin discount nears 50% on FTX. Woes as investors stock up. This is not going to end well for Grayscale nor Bitcoin. All right, here's a tweet from fellow Bitcoiner Lyle Pratt. This, oh my God, Barry is going to force liquidate the trust and dump 600K BTC on the market stuff is ridiculous. Utter panic. Okay. So we can clearly see the pattern that is going on Twitter. Okay, there is FUD, and people are panicking about GBTC. GBTC is a security that you can trade, and they have to file paperwork with the SEC. Let's go take a look very quickly at an article that it's actually not a new article, but I mean, it was out 2 weeks ago. It was a statement from Grayscale, essentially trying to explain to us that everything's okay. The world's largest digital currency asset manager today reaffirmed that the safety and security of the holdings underlying Grayscale's digital asset products are unaffected by recent market events. Genesis Global Capital, a subsidiary of Genesis Global Trading, for the people who don't know who that is a company that is right now seeking about $1 billion. And in order to keep it afloat, and to my knowledge, they haven't been able to get that $1 billion yet. Anyways, back on November 16th, they had announced that they temporarily suspended redemptions on new loan originations. Genesis Global Capital is not a counterparty or service provider for any Grayscale digital asset product. Its recent announcement will not impact any Grayscale digital asset products operations. Grayscale and Grayscale's digital asset products are prohibited from encumbering the digital assets underlying its products pursuant to the terms of the trust agreement or limited liability company agreement governing each digital asset product and the custodian for the assets. Coinbase Custody Trust Company, LLC, is prohibited from engaging in such activity as outlined in the products corresponding to custody agreements. Okay. So all of that legal speak is supposed to make me feel that, hey, everything is good. They have the BTC that they claim to have, and we should just trust them. Okay, fair enough. Now, let's take a look a little bit at the other side of the coin. Okay, so you guys saw a whole bunch of tweets from people that were saying, oh, that's it, the sky's falling, GBTC is not what it seems to be. Okay, well, here, we're going to take a look on the other side, okay? On the other side, we've got fellow Bitcoiner Joe Consorti. As GBTC has been dumped by institutions all year long, parent company Digital Currency Group, that's right, DCG owns Grayscale, okay? That's something important here, has chosen to pick up the bag. 3AC dumped 100% of its bags. BlockFi dumped 100% of its bags. DCG is the largest holder of its subsidiary's Bitcoin Trust. And then we have a tweet out of Bitcoin Archive. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest bought 63 million of Coinbase, Silvergate, and GBTC shares since November 11th. So it looks like Cathie Wood's ARK investment vehicle is quote unquote buying the dip. So we're seeing two different points here. The general consensus, right, among let's say more vocal Bitcoiners about GBTC is that possibly there is some concern. Possibly we need to worry. You know, personally, do I think that we need to worry? I think that everything, I honestly, to a certain extent, we can't take anything for granted. You know, I'm not saying that GBTC is going to blow up, but I'll tell you this, okay? There's an article that came out from Arthur Hayes on Medium. I'm going to show you guys this chart. I'll put a link to this article in the show notes in case you want to read through it. I'm still trying to understand it, but essentially, take a look at this, okay? This is a chart that essentially shows the connection between DCG, which is the parent company, to Grayscale, which issues the GBTC product, 3AC, which is Three Arrows Capital, which just went bankrupt, Genesis Trading. So Genesis Trading is hurting pretty bad right now and needs a cash infusion of about $1 billion to keep going. We already know Three Arrows Capital is gone and dead. Do I think that GBTC could blow up? It could blow up. Do I think it will blow up? You know what? I'm gonna do what I learned in Bitcoin is to say there's a non-zero chance because nothing is 100%. But I'll tell you this: I don't necessarily believe that the fallout is over, and I think that because of this Genesis, I think that unfortunately we need to watch Genesis Trading to see how this is going to affect Grayscale. So anyways, guys, tough times out there right now. It's really crazy. You know, I just wanted to try to dispel some of the FUD because at some point, some messaging looks a lot louder than others. And as much as there's people that are, crying blood in the streets and Grayscale is dead, there's other people on the other side of that bet that are saying, no, this is just a tough time. And we're looking at this as an opportunity.